Hello everybody and welcome back to Broken Brian. And today we're going to be talking about NieR Automata. And this is a game that has been recommended to me by several people. And if you follow some of my videos, you know I've been out of gaming for a long time, since GameCube. So, and as far as PC gaming, I think my last one was SimCity 3000. So, yeah, I was out of gaming, and now I'm at a point in my life where I can spend time enjoying gaming again. And I've played a few new games this year, and I've done a lot of backlog of games that everyone's like, "Oh, you hadn't played that? You should play that." And I'll be honest, this one has been recommended to me by 4 different people, and I'm like, "Great!" And I was like, well, at first I was like, I didn't have a PlayStation, but I was like, "Oh, it's on Steam, great!" And if you're not familiar, like almost all the major PC gaming stores, Steam, GOG, Epic, are having huge winter sales right now. And I did pick this up. I picked up way too many and grew my wish list way too much. So, but this is one of those, everyone tells me you gotta play this game. And they have announced that they have surpassed, after 15 years, this coming year will be its 15, no, it's this year, isn't it? It came in 2024. That math doesn't add up. It says 15 years somewhere, and I was like, that's not right, because it came out in 2017. So in 7 years, I don't know where I got 15 from. I don't know. But they've reached the mark of 9 million confirmed sales of physical and digital copies. Awesome. That's a great achievement for any game, and that's wonderful. And I haven't played it. I'm excited to play it. I don't know where I'm going to fit it into my schedule, but I got it because it was like, I think like 80%, 60, 80% off, something like that, something crazy. And I was like, okay, well, this is the game. Everyone's been, one of the games I've been recommending so much. And there's so many memes about the main character and images. And I was just like, oh, I have no idea who this is. And I was like, oh, okay, now I'm starting to get it. But this is one of those RPGs. Everyone's told me you gotta play it. So I got a copy of it. And they're also teasing they're going to have a new game, possibly starting production in 2025. They say something big's going to happen in 2025. So unless they've been working on it in secret, we may not actually see it, but we may see updates. Or we may be surprised and see an actual release of the new game for NieR. And NieR? I don't know how to pronounce it, honestly. It's spelled NieR, but with the capitalization, maybe it's NieR. I don't know. And if you want to correct me in the comments, go ahead. A lot of people seemed to correct me quite a bit yesterday on Warhammer. Hey, that's fine. I never said I was perfect and get things right, but hey. And I also know they made another one. What was it? Revisions? There's a prequel to this one that came out later, and it's on my wish list. I was like, well, if I like it, I better mark the other one so I can come back and play that one. So I'm excited for any game that just people love, that it continues to receive the accolades it deserves. And NieR is one of those games, and they translated it, and see, that's where I got 15th anniversary. It says 2025 will be a milestone year as it marks the 15th anniversary of the series. So I'd like to do something for it. What we should do, maybe something with the next game or developments related to that. I've been hearing the fans' expectations. It's a bit tricky though. That said, I'd likely to be doing less director work as a producer. I'd appreciate it if you could patiently look forward to what's coming. And this comes from, what's his name? I thought I kept the article that had his name in it. Oh, there it is. Yusuke Saito. I'm not good with Japanese names. I'm sorry if I butchered it. I apologize. But so we're gonna see something come. He teases something coming in 2025, and what that is. And if a former producer's like, I'd like to do a little less producing and a little more something else, that means, hey, he may be actually coding and developing. That'd be awesome. And for a series that apparently is beloved by many of my friends that are into RPGs like me, I'm excited. I mean, why wouldn't you be? It'd be like if they told me, hey, remember that Visions of Mana game you played this year? Yeah. They're developing a new Mana game. Excellent. Yes. I'd be excited, even though the fact that they closed the studio that Visions of Mana, the studio that produced Visions of Mana and NetEase Games, which is also partially owned by Tencent, and it's, yeah. Anyway, sorry. I'm just kind of sad because I've so enjoyed Visions of Mana. And I'm going to be playing another Mana game in 2025. Probably Trials. Or I may go back to the original and do Secret. Don't know. But with so many games up for grabs this winter sales season, it's I picked up way more than I should have. Which leads me to, wow, I got a lot to play. And playing games that pull me in, and that's why I love RPGs, or the story-rich RPGs that pull me in, and that's what this one's supposed to be. It just pulls me into the story, into the character, makes you invested in it, and that's what I want, and that's what I need in my life. Some people are like, oh, well, why'd you pick game? Of all the things you could do, why'd you game? I was like, it is helped relieve so much stress and depression that absolutely playing RPGs, I mean, it doesn't matter. It gives me that escapism to relax and enjoy something more than like watching a show or movie. And I enjoy it. And gaming has taken over more of my reading time than I originally planned for this year. And that's a downside, but with NieR, and I can't remember how long I wrote it down. So they estimate it takes about 61 hours to pull this off, to play through this game, which isn't bad. I've got a couple in my list that, gosh, what's the one that's 200? I mean, several of the Tales series are like 150 plus. Or is that big one? I saw one that was estimated 200. Reverse 1999. That's estimated 200. And I mean, I just finished Dragon Quest 11 post-story game, and I clocked in at just over 144 hours for that one. Don't get me wrong, I loved every minute of it, except for probably like the 10 to 15 I spent near the end just leveling up. I didn't stream that because, yeah, it's boring. I just ran around beating the same monsters over and over again, trying to level up my characters. And, I mean, 144 hours into a game, that was wonderful. I've got, 200 something into Breath of the Wild, 300 something Tears of the Kingdom, something crazy like that. So, I don't mind short RPGs. This isn't what I consider a short RPG, but, some of the other stuff I've played, yeah, it's pretty short. So I love it. And I love games that just everyone is excited about. And this is one that's been going on. Oh, that's why the end of the year edition launched in 2017. That's why the math wasn't making sense. The original one launched 15 years ago. I was like, man, none of this math is making sense in my head. Now it's making sense. So that's my 2 cents. That if you've played this, let me know. Like, absolutely, give me tips, give me whatever. Let me know what you love about it, what you hate about it, what you change, what you hope to see from the franchise this coming year. We don't know. They just kind of tease something's coming, and that's cool. I love franchises that are loved by fans, and they support them, they play them continuously, and continue just to love on the characters and things like that. Those are games that everyone enjoys, and I want to support those games. And, I'm just one person talking into a microphone, into the void, that sometimes gets a little backlash, but hey, you take what you get. So, I'm excited because I haven't played this game, but it is so recommended highly by several close friends of mine that love RPGs. Even my friend who pretty much only plays Final Fantasy 14, even she was like, yeah, play that one. That one's awesome. I was like, really? And she's like, yeah. I was like, when's the last time you played it? Oh, I don't know, but I'll probably, now that you mentioned, I'll probably play it again soon. I was like, that's cool, because honestly, why not? I mean, there's a couple times this year I was like, you know what? It'd be fun just to start go back and redo Sandland. I had a blast playing that game. That was so much fun. I love Sandland. That was so much fun. And there's so many things I didn't do and avoided doing because I didn't know I could do them. It's like, oh, I didn't figure out some of the special abilities that I could have been using for the entire game to like the last 10, 15 hours. I was like, oh, I could have been doing this all along. That would have been helpful. So going back and redoing things, oh man, that'd be fun. So that's what a good RPG is like, yeah, I did that. You know what? Let's do it again. And that's what this game, from the people I've talked to, have told me, yeah, played it. How many times have you played through it? I've played through it twice, 3 times, 4 times. Some people just once. Sometimes that's all you need. Just knowing you played through it and just rewatching your mind can be so relaxing, so just soothing, just to be like, yeah, that was awesome. And like I do, I want to go through and play some of the Zelda games again, but I'm kind of like, oh, I've got so much to do. I've got so many things in the real world that I'm doing, and so many things that I'm like, oh, after this winter sale, way too much stuff was on sale, and I picked up a lot. But I mean, I definitely don't have to buy a game for another couple of years, to be honest. I mean, if I was playing full time, yeah, I don't have to buy a game for like 2 years. Easy. Because, picked up Command and Conquer series, Half-Life series, the Ys series, except for the New Nordics. I mean, completed the Mana series. I mean, I've got so much to go through that adding another one like this seems like, oh, you shouldn't have done it, but if it's a game that I fall in love with, it's totally worth it. And that's what everyone tells me. It's like, once you play it, you'll be like, I love this game. So I'm excited to get into it this year. Don't know when. I'll be when I do games, I will be live streaming them. So please stop by and have fun. I think this New Year's Eve, I'm going to kick off Vampire. That's a game no one's really talked about, but I just saw a trailer for it, just diving down into the pits of recommendations on Steam, and I was like, I like vampires. Not a big horror fan, like horror game fan, but I was like, vampires, RPGs, let's do this. And RPGs where you go around and saving the world, sign me up. Heck yeah. I love all RPGs so far. All the ones I've played this year have been a blast, and this appears to be one I'm going to exuberantly enjoy in 2025. So, thank you for tuning in. Just wanted to let you know and talk, and please let me know what you think about the game. Anything I need to know before I get started, please let me know, and I will see you next time. And as always, my friends, I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.